And dealing with the legacy of the past, it'll allow our politics to move on somewhat.
Politicians such as SDLP's Gerard McDonald claim the new framework will deliver accountability and closure for victims.
But what has to be at the heart of any legacy process is that victims are allowed to determine their own pathway to truth and justice.
A 2025 study by the Ending the Harm programme found that almost 7% of young people aged 18 to 24 have experienced conflict-related trauma.
I had a parent in the army who served during the Troubles.
That's Mal Farrell, a 26-year-old PhD student at Queen's University who was born a year after the Good Friday Agreement and grew up within a deeply loyalist community.
I didn't really encounter my first Catholic until I went to tech. That was the first moment I really met somebody outside of a loyalist community.
For Farrell, current discussions of legacy by politicians fail to properly acknowledge the experience of young people who are still impacted by the trauma of the Troubles.
I think they're scared to talk to young people. They don't want to have to acknowledge the severity of what's happened. So it suits politicians for us to continue to be divided instead of actually helping us integrate with each other and learn from each other and then actually realise we have a lot in common.
This is our youth cafe. This used to be...
Mark Clegg is a senior leader for peacebuilding and activism at Youth Action Northern Ireland.
Get young people from Protestant background, young people from a Catholic background, and bring them together.
He says cross-community projects are vital in addressing the legacy of division still felt across generations.
What the research shows is that people who have positive contact have reduced intergroup tensions. Eventually what comes from it is better relationships with people from different backgrounds.
So there's lots and lots of legacy related issues that make this very, very complex. This community is where the conflict in Belfast began.
In West Belfast, Stephen Hughes is a senior youth leader at St Peter's Youth Centre with over 20 years experience working with young people affected by poverty, violence and community division.
It's a frustration for me as a youth worker to think that young people are being dismissed out of it. It's absent from all of the conversations that it's a particularly shameful act by the policymakers to totally ignore the participation and victimisation of young people.
The new Northern Ireland Troubles Bill was formally introduced to the UK Parliament on October 14th, which aims to establish a new process that complies with human rights law. However, for young people and youth workers, the success of this new law will be judged not just on delivering justice for the past, but on whether it can finally secure a peaceful future for the young people of Northern Ireland.